Hello, everyone. Coach Sullivan again from MJS Coaching Football. Quick background, this is my 38th year coaching football. I've either been a defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator as well as a head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. So today I wanted to talk to you about a two-man route concept we call Ohio Switch. Ohio being the two O's signifying it's a double out or a levels concept, and the switch being number one and number two switch routes. Okay, who has the deeper route? So to start things off, it's mirrored, meaning it's taught both ways in the sense that boundary and whip, free infield corners, they learn it the same way as does the dime and the rover, Mike and backer. Everybody's taught the same way. Okay, excuse me. And this is it's a drop back, or it's usually a sprint out or a half roll because the deeper out necessitates a strong arm quarterback. Okay, so unless we're talking big time football on TV, more often than not, the levels that I've been on at the collegiate and high school levels, it's a half roll or a sprint out. Okay, so in order to allow our pass coverage defenders, meaning outside linebackers and DBs, if it were a full sprint out, okay, not so much a half roll because that's a giveaway with the speed of the quarterback. But on a full sprint, we make a bomber call, and now the inside linebacker, because it's not as important anymore. You're not going to have the same type of launch point or protection or anything else. On a bomber call, since the halfback's coming to the left, our Mike here would pull up the sprint out. That's what bomber means. And now the rover, boundary, and whip can play pass coverage. Okay, it's just a simple way to handle it. In this particular, we're playing base defense, and that's how we handle the sprint out. Half roll, our defensive ends can have their outside cage, which is their primary rush responsibility anyway. So getting back to defending Ohio switch. This, with one vertical and two running and out, looks like Oklahoma. So the corners are going to instinctively want to match the route of the out route of number two. I mean, you can expect that. The coaching point is this, okay? If number two runs what we would call a square out, whether it's at 5 yards, 6, 7, 8 yards, okay, then you're more likely to have time to get the corner to sink because it looks potentially like it's Virginia, two verticals. And now the safety can make the Ohio call, which is huge. The safety makes the Ohio call as soon as the deep out here, because remember, in previous lectures, safety mirrors the release of number two. So I know I have him doing this. Initially, he's going to be zit stepping and walk pedaling until he confirms what number two's doing. So when two runs the out route, now he expands outside to number one. I mean, that's the way we do it. Okay, we match the route concepts, right? Match quarters. So as soon as that happens and he sees it's now an out route from number one here, deep out, he screams Ohio again, just as if when it was number two running the deep out and one was running the short route. Okay, so that's the switch. Two runs the short out, one runs the deep out. It's still an Ohio call from the safety. And if he can make it quick enough, he'll get the corner to sink and then react up, and he'll get the outside backer to cut number two's out now. Okay? Otherwise, fully expect the corner to match the out of number two, especially if it's a rollover. So it's not a nice, it doesn't look like a vertical. It honestly looks a lot sooner as if it's an out route because it's a rollover. Okay, it's not as easy for the cornerback to read the hips. So on the rollover, pretty good chance corner's going to match. Pretty good chance the outside linebacker is going to balance up. All right. So if you get a face a strong arm quarterback, you're going to have to coach up your corners not to be so quick matching up that week. Okay, so this can vary from week to week, and you just work on it in practice all week. We have what we just simply call a grade 4 drill. We work on two-man route concepts and how to defend it, and if there are any tweaks that are needed for that particular week because of the quarterback you're facing, then that's when you work on it. So let's say we're going to face a strong arm quarterback. This week, our game plan would be versus Oklahoma, versus Ohio, or Ohio switch, or Oklahoma switch for that matter. We're going to be slow to react up on the out. We're going to be slow to match. All right, we want to have the ability to double cover, over under, high low, the deeper route in the concept. Okay, and the communication from the safeties will definitely help that. Okay, does that make sense? Now, in addition to all of this, since we are in a zone concept, we are all getting our bodies in position and then reading and reacting to the indicator of the quarterback, which is front elbow, and when that front hand comes off the football, that's when the ball is being thrown. So we're reacting to that as well. Okay? So again, to reiterate, if we're playing, an average armed quarterback, then we'll allow our corners to match right away, because that's what will happen, especially if it's a rollover out route. And again, it's the same over here. Okay, the side of the boundary whip and roll. It's the exact same. Okay, it's just a little bit clearer to see over here. If it were a stronger arm quarterback, then we're going to be slower to match, because we want to over high low, over under, double cover the deeper route and force that strong arm quarterback to throw it so we can rally up and make the play. Okay? So that's how we both defend Ohio switch and the tweaks that we make depending upon the quarterback that we're facing on any given week. And it's a very simple adjustment to make, and kids can see it as you watch film together, or they watch it on their own. Now, again, that's the beauty of Huddle. So again, if you have any questions, please email me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, make it a great day.